The one time that you call the 3-bet of mine out of position, you won the hand. Maybe just keep doing that. Just try it out. You never know.
How about who's 3-bet the most hands? I'll bet that.
I think he might.
No, I think it's you.
Really? Who was I 3-betting?
Joe.
Oh, that's just you. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Maybe it was me.
Jones opens to 1600 from early position with a tight linear range, big aces, broadways, and medium-high pairs. Negreanu flats with king of hearts and queen of diamonds. Calling keeps dominated queens in play, realizes position, and preserves a range that still contains suited connectors, pocket pairs, and the occasional trap Brunson overcalls, which further compresses Jones's value because multi-way pots punish thin barrels. In multi-way, that texture leans toward the callers. Negreanu owns more 2-pair and set combinations, along with many diamond draws and straight draws. Jones's continuation bet of 4,500 represents overpairs and his equity bluffs such as Jack-10 or high diamond holdings. Negreanu check call with king-queen is deliberate. It keeps his range uncapped. He can still have value from sets and 2-pair while also containing strong draws. The turn is the 4 of spades, a true brick. Pairs do not change. Straights brick and a slight spade draw occurs in the mind of our players. When Jones fires $12,500, he's polarizing into overpairs and ace-queen for value and a healthy set of bricked diamonds and gut shots for bluffs. Negreanu calls again because king-queen sits high in his range and carries ideal blocker properties. The queen reduces combinations of ace-queen, and the king reduces king-queen. The river is the 2 of spades, another brick that fails to complete for our guys but puts the danger of a flush for both of them. Jones decides to represent it and places the 3rd barrel for $20,500, telling the big hand or nothing story. From a range lens, that story is understuffed with value on this runout. Sets and 2-pair were already threatened by draws and often size up earlier. Many overpairs slow down on such a wet board once called twice. Meanwhile, the bluff bucket is overflowing. Negreanu, whose exact holding is a textbook bluff catcher. It blocks top pair value, does not block spades, and sits near the top of his call range after declining to raise earlier streets.
I don't like the way I played this hand, to be honest with you. 22-5. I really don't like it. I don't think. Oh man, could he value bet a worse hand than me? Sorry, I'm gonna need a minute. I don't know what to do. You want to show me a card for any price? I don't know.
For any
One
price?
card? Yeah, I mean, I'll give you $1,000 to show me a card. Is that a no? Okay. I'll give you $2,000 to show me one card. And pretty soon I'll get to a price he wants.
Probably 23,600.
I will give you $3,000 to see one card.
It's only my anniversary. Go ahead. Stall it up.
Sorry. Okay, $4,000, and I just want to see one card.
Take it and show him the 10 of spades.
All right, he's not taking any bait. I'm not going any higher than that. It's too late to play good, so I'm just going to go with Old Faithful and pray and just hope he's bluffing.
He is.
What does he have? Phew. Okay.
Daniel takes it down.
I was about to say, I swear, I was like, if you have specifically the 10 of spades in your hand.
You should show.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at pocket 10s. Pre-flop begins with a standard yet deceptive setup involving 3 very different playing styles. Negreanu, operating from position, opens the pot to 2,500, looking to thin the field. Phil Lack, holding ace-queen offsuit, finds himself in a spot where many aggressive pros would 3-bet to isolate the opener. However,
Just calls.
he keeps Negreanu's range wide, but he also invites the 3rd player into the mix. Rick Salomon, never one to turn down a cheap flop with a suited connector, comes along with 6-3 suited. We head to the flop 3-way, with Negreanu holding a strong pair and Locke holding a hand that dominates the Broadway portion of Negreanu's range, but is currently just ace-high. The flop creates a massive disparity in equity. Negreanu has flopped bottom set, hitting his 10 to create a monster. The king on top is the perfect disguise. It connects heavily with Negreanu's perceived pre-flop raising range, allowing him to represent a top pair while actually holding a set. Salomon checks his air, and Negreanu fires a bet of 5,500. This is where Phil Lack makes a questionable decision that defines his sticky play style. He holds a gut shot straight draw. Against a tight player, this is an easy fold. But against Negreanu, who is capable of continuation betting with pure air or a smaller pair like 8s or 9s, Lack convinces himself that his hand has showdown value. The turn brings the king, pairing the board. This is the magic card for Negreanu. He improves to a full house, 10s full of kings. He is now unbeatable.
Fires 18.
Really, Danielson? 18, Danielson?
Too late to change my mind now.
It's true, you're kind of committed to that.
I'd show you a card, but they're both the same.
I'm afraid you have 2 10s. How can I call? I can't call. I fold.
I have 2 10s. I have 2 10s. What do you mean I'm afraid? How did you know that? You don't have a king, obviously.
No, I didn't have a king.
I did have 2 10s. Well done. Where does that rank? Like, as far as my face, do you believe that I was telling the truth or lies? Because we're mixing that up now.
I thought you had 3 10s.
Yeah.
Daniel Negreanu is holding Queen Jack offsuit. He opens to $2,500. That's a bread and butter late position open, dominates the Queen 10 and Jack 10 holdings that call too often, has blockers to 3 bets, and plays cleanly post-flop in position. 3 callers flatten with wide capped ranges, offsuit broadways, suited aces, suited connectors, paired high card textures heavily favor the pre-flop raiser because he has all the strong Queen X and slow-played overpairs. Many callers arrive with 8x, pocket pairs, floats, or the diamond backdoors. Negreanu continuation bets $6,000 into a multi-way field, small sizing that targets folds from ace-high and underpairs while keeping dominated Queen X and diamond draws in. When Hashem continues, his range is mostly Queen X, pocket pairs stubbornly peeling, and diamond hands. Ace-high floats with backdoor equity also show up. The board double pairs, which is a dream card for the raiser's Queen X. Negreanu's value density jumps because any queen now makes a full house, and his bluffs retain good fold equity against stubborn pocket pairs and busted backdoors. He bets $12,000, again a pressure, but keep worse in sizing. Given action, Hashem is rarely trapping queens. He's weighted to diamonds, ace-high floats, and the occasional pocket pair praying for a river miracle. That river improves a lot of Hashem's floats to 1 pair of aces, but it doesn't dent Negreanu's nut edge. Queens still bowed up, 8s don't exist for Hashem often, and missed diamonds remain abundant. After Hashem checks the 3rd time, Negreanu fires $27,000 for clear value.
As we young internet kids say, you're polarized. Isn't that right, Jose?
Yeah.
It's polarized. Right?
It's polarized.
You haven't fuffled. Show me one.
Okay.
Daniel shows the jack.
I fold.
Oh, damn.
He is raised to $2,800, but is up against Tony G with ace-king offsuit.
Action folds over to Tony G, who makes the call.
2 strong hands going into the flop.
Queen 6 Jack.
King of the world.
Check by Tony G.
Tony G's missed. Daniel's gonna fire with top 2.
Bets 5,500.
Tony G knows Negreanu would bet this flop even if he had nothing, but he decides not to go for a semi-bluff raise, and instead, he floats, letting Daniel tell his tale while he quietly waits for something on the turn.
Tony has 2 overcards, even though they're no good. He's really only looking for a 10 to make a gut shot.
There it is.
Tony G tries to keep a poker face as he just hit his straight. He knows Daniel Negreanu is the best of all time at reading people. This is a critical moment to let Daniel continue building the pot. He checks, letting Daniel think 2 pair is the best hand here. Tony is in total control right now, patiently waiting for the right time to make his next raise get called.
Daniel bets 14 grand. A raise to 50,000 by Tony G.
A quick raise of 50,000. Tony's the kind of player that could be doing this with a worse 2 pair. He could be doing it with a draw. He could be doing it with flat out nothing, but a raise that big, that fast, usually means only one of 2 things, a monster hand or a monster bluff.
Daniel makes the call.
Tony using his hand to keep his mouth closed because it's probably watering right now.
The river gives Daniel a full house.
These 2 have been playing against each other at the highest level for 3 decades.
Tony checks.
Negreanu knows Tony has a straight, as you will see in his prediction at the end. He's not worried about being beaten here. He's just doing the math now. What's the number Tony G can't resist calling here?
Bet 80.
Negreanu makes it 80,000 to go. Snap call from Tony.
Negreanu shows him the bad news, hands him the keys of the city.
You had ace king.
Yeah. Well done, Daniel. Well done.
Played it good.
Nice dealer.
Sorry, Tony, you played it good.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at King 10 offsuit.
So I guess we'll be seeing you after you win the NAPT passport.
Yes.
Like, seems like a lock right now.
You're probably gonna end up around 400,000 is my guess.
That, you know what? Now that would be a nice payday. That would be acceptable.
Preflop initiates a battle between two generations of poker excellence. Negreanu, the master of small ball and post-flop maneuvering, opens the action to 1,200 with King 10 suited. It is a standard open for Negreanu, designed to play a wide variety of boards and out-navigate opponents later in the hand. Scott Seaver, a representative of the math-heavy, aggressive school of poker, looks down at King Jack offsuit. From a theoretical standpoint, Seaver has a slight advantage here. His hand dominates Negreanu's range, particularly the exact hand Negreanu is holding. However, Seaver chooses to flat call rather than 3-bet.
Have you been watching?
Tony folds up to Viffer.
Wow. I would never fold this hand, but the new and improved Daniel.
Folds.
The new Daniel. There's a new version.
3.0.
Yeah. Just wait till I lose.
By just calling, he keeps Negreanu's range wide and uses his position to control the size of the pot, avoiding a scenario where he isolates himself against a stronger hand like ace-king or a big pocket pair. True to his aggressive nature, Negreanu fires a continuation bet of 2,000. He is telling a story that he holds a hand like ace-queen or a set, trying to deny equity to hands exactly like Seaver's. Scott goes nowhere. He has a piece of the board and position on the opener. The turn brings the ace, a miracle card for Negreanu. He leads out for 6,200, betting for value with the current nuts. Seaver, staring at third pair and possible gut shot straight, decides to just smooth call. Raising here might balloon the pot and isolate Seaver against stronger hands. By calling, Seaver keeps the pot manageable and can make a decision when he sees whether the river is favorable to him or not. The river card is the 10, and it is the great equalizer. Here, Negreanu makes a signature move. Checking is a deceptive play designed to induce a bluff or a value bet from a worse hand, like 2-pair or a set of queens. He is hoping Seaver interprets the check as weakness or a give up. Seaver, seeing the check, decides to go for thin value. Negreanu, having trapped his opponent, snaps it off. The showdown reveals the irony.
Had you for a minute.
Yeah.
Hard to hold off Scott Seaver.
Yeah, King Jack. I'm getting at least half.
Did he say King Jack or King?
Daniel Negreanu is looking down on 6-5 of spades. He opens the suited connector because that's Negreanu's playground hand, cheap, connected, and live. Williams flatting the suited wheel ace is already a headache for anyone who c-bets too often. In position, deep, and with the ace of spades, he's got you in a leash if the board gets wet. Flop comes disaster for most ranges, but both players hit the spade. Negreanu has the baby flush and does the thing he always does in these textures. Small c-bet to fold out air, tax the lone spade hands, and keep the initiative. From his chair, that bet looks profitable against a ton of single spade peels and random overcards that hate life. Williams just calls with the nut spade like he's ordering room service. Why raise when the guy with the microphone wants to keep talking? Let him. Turn is a brick that freezes almost nobody. Negreanu barrels bigger. That sizing is classic. I can still be the boss. Telling the table he can easily have the ace or king of spades, and that worse flushes should pay to see the river. Williams still doesn't accelerate. Flat again. That second call is a quiet message. Nothing you're repping scares me, and I'm not done letting you put money in for me. To Negreanu's eyes, that's a card that changes nothing. He is either the sole flush or Williams has him beat. For that reason, he slows down and bets only 6,000. Williams is not happy with and raises to 36,000, trying to juice his nut flush to the max.
Much more?
30,000 more.
Daniel calls and sees the terrible news.
Welcome to my world.
I had a flush too.
We could have got it all in on the flop.
Jesus.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down on pocket aces. Pre-flop, this is the classic trap where one player thinks he is peeling light and instead steps right into a vice. Negreanu raises to 450,000. It is a chunky open, and that alone should already scream strength in this spot. George defends with Queen 10 suited. On paper, it is not insane. He has position, a hand that can flop top pair or strong draws, and he probably assumes Negreanu is opening wide. The flop comes 10-3 king with 2 clubs. From George's seat, this is the kind of board that looks playable but is silently dangerous. He has middle pair with queen kicker against a normal open that could be a standard continue, especially in position. Negreanu fires 400,000. That sizing is telling. It is not a tiny range bet, it is a big, old school, I have it continuation. With aces, he is not afraid of building a pot. The turn is the 7 of spades. Negreanu's strong hands are still strong. Kings, aces, ace-king, maybe king-queen all love this card. Very few of Negreanu's bluffs improve in a meaningful way. When Negreanu now moves all in, he is doing exactly what great players do with overpairs in these structures. Shove before the river kills action. He knows that if he just bets small and gets called, any club, queen, jack, or scary river freezes him and lets George realize all of his equity for cheap. By jamming turn into a pot that is already inflated, he puts tremendous pressure on all the middling hands that called flop.
Defaults. I had you beat. Good cards.
I'm happy with my fold.
Yeah.
It was hard though.
The pot was good. I'm like, I'll take it, but if you call, you call. You have to get there.
Did you have it pre-flop or you hit the king?
I had both. I had what you're supposed to have there. A pair of aces I had. Aces were good, right?
Daniel Negreanu is looking down on pocket eights.
9,000.
Well, that was clear.
Let's screw this up.
Pre-flop, this is Negreanu doing what Negreanu does. He looks down at pocket eights and does not overcomplicate it. He raises to 9,000, the classic, let's thin the field and play a pot in position or heads up. Dimjan on the button chooses the flat. That call is him saying, I want to see 3 cards against the pro and keep my range wide. The flop is one of those dream spots for Negreanu. He flops set on a board that absolutely slams his perceived range. When he continues for 16,000, the bet is doing a lot of work. It looks like a standard continuation bet with ace-king, king-queen, or even pure spade draws, so it keeps Jacobson's floats and Dimjan's entire Broadway region interested. This is where Negreanu turns the screws. He fires 45,000 into a pot that has already grown large, and that sizing is intentional. It says, I still like my story, and if you were floating me with 1 pair or a draw, the price just went up. From his seat, there is no reason to slow down. Worse kings will still call. Combo draws will convince themselves they are priced in, and any hand like queens or jacks is hating life, but may still pay.
Ace jack. Oh, sure, ain't nothing. I have 3 eights. I want you to go, ugh. All in.
The queen, the straight.
Daniel Negreanu is holding on queen 10 suited. Pre-flop, this looks completely standard on the surface, but the seeds of the later pain are already there. Negreanu opens queen 10 suited from early, the kind of hand he loves, connected, plays well, multi-way, and can make disguised big hands. Dimjan flatting in position keeps his entire range wide. Medium pairs, suited broadways, suited connectors, some traps. Then the big blind comes along as well. What that means strategically is simple. By the time they see a flop, there are 3 ranges involved, and Negreanu is the only one who has really capped nothing. He is the pre-flop aggressor. He has all the big pairs. He has the strongest broadways. The flop comes down absolutely dreamlike for Negreanu. 10 jack queen. Top 2 pair, a board that slams his perceived range as the raiser. But it is also an insanely dangerous texture. Every random hand with an open-ender or a gut shot suddenly has a reason to stay. When Jacobson checks, Negreanu does exactly what you expect from someone who just smashed this board and knows he smashes it range-wise too. He bets 22,000. The sizing is important. It is not tiny stab sizing. It is a this pot is about to get big sizing. Dimjan just calls. That call is the first warning sign. He is not afraid of the story Negreanu is telling. The turn bricks off with the 3 of spades. From Negreanu's point of view, that is one of the safest cards in the deck. It does not complete any obvious draw. It does not pair the board. It does not change who is supposed to own this texture. So he does what good players do when nothing changes, and they already had a huge value hand. He keeps telling the same story and increases the pressure, betting 55,000. This is Negreanu effectively saying, if you were floating or gambling with some weak draw on the flop, this is your exit. If you continue now, you are representing something serious. The river brings the deuce of clubs, another nothing card in terms of raw texture. From Negreanu's seat, it is almost the perfect river. Straights are still the same straights, sets are still the same sets, and there are no obvious busted draws that suddenly got there. He still has top 2 pair on a board where he is supposed to have all the strong top-end value, so he fires again, 90,000 this time.
Raise. I had a feeling you were going to do that on the turn. You waited. It was smart. You got me to bet one more time.
Daniel loves calling like Miley Cyrus loves a big foam finger, but I don't think even he can figure out a way to talk himself into this one.
8-9 or something? I think doesn't matter.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, ace king. 2 pair. Queen 10. Good hand.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at pocket jacks.
Phil lock, and it messes with my. When I start with Phil, it's like you can't even, it's like you're there, it's micro magnesium. It's like
micro magnesium.
Crazy.
Speaking of magnesium,
speaking of magnesium.
If you have a strip of magnesium and you light it, it will go out very quickly because it super consumes nitrogen. But if you feed it a continuous stream of nitrogen, the magnesium actually stays lit.
Okay, we've got a raise and a re-raise.
Then you have a flare of, if you can keep feeding nitrogen into a tube, the flame will never go out as long as nitrogen keeps getting fed because magnesium burns through nitrogen, not oxygen.
What a story.
I just love the line, speaking of magnesium.
Speaking of magnesium.
Pre-flop, this is the classic strong versus speculative clash you get all the time in deep cash games. The flop is about as good as it gets for Negreanu. He smashes it with top set on a relatively dry board, while Vanessa has only ace-high with backdoor hearts and a few runner-runner straight possibilities. When she checks, Negreanu fires 4,500, a sizing that keeps his range wide and lets worse hands continue. Vanessa's call is a float plus equity. She is not beating much yet, but her hand can improve on a lot of turns. She picks up the nut flush draw, so now her ace-9 has real equity against all of Negreanu's value range. She checks again, and Negreanu keeps telling the story with a 9,200 barrel. From his perspective, he still wants calls from overpairs, and exactly the kind of strong draws Vanessa now has. Her second call is mandatory. She is getting a good price, has 15 outs against an overpair, and can potentially bluff rivers if checked to. The river bricks everything for her and quietly locks up the pot for Negreanu. When she checks a third time, Negreanu goes for full value with a 28,000 bet, polarizing his range to monsters and bluffs.
Really? God, I really don't know what to do here. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Vanessa folds.
Nice hand.
I'm so curious what she had there.
I really didn't believe you.
Huh? Nice
I'm
fold.
so curious what she had.
Nice
Not
fold.
very much.
Nice fold. 20 seconds though and shipped it in.
Shipped it in?
Is that what? That's what I should have done. That would have been the.
No, I'm serious.
It's gonna fold 3 jacks.
You never.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at ace-jack offsuit.
Playing mean now. No position. Es muy importante. See? Oh,
Don't
English
tell
only.
him.
You have the position already. Don't waste it. Use it.
I think the
It's an advantage for you.
I think the driver's coming out.
Is the driver? Well, you don't have to use the driver. You can lay up. You can lay up once in your life, Sergio. Use a 3-wood sometime. Keep it in the fairway. No. Okay, see? In the fairway.
3-wood.
Layup.
He's gonna lay up?
Pre-flop, this is one of those quiet, small pot spots that Negreanu loves to turn into a clinic. The flop lands better for Negreanu than for Sergio as expected. Negreanu flops second pair, top kicker on a dryish texture. When Negreanu checks, it is that trademark Negreanu pot control, undeuce line. With a hand that is often best but not thrilled to play for 3 streets on this board, the turn bricks for both of them, but a lot of Sergio's potential floats or random overcards are now drawing thin, and Negreanu's jacks are now beating even more of Sergio's range. After the check on the flop, Negreanu seizes the initiative and fires 150,000. This is a classic delayed continuation bet. He represents a king, a jack, or even a slow-played monster while targeting exactly the sort of hand Sergio has, a stubborn one-pair bluff catcher that does not want to fold immediately. Sergio's call with 8s reflects that thinking. The river is horrible for Sergio's range and beautiful for Negreanu's story. All the big card stuff Negreanu represents has either stayed ahead or improved, and a bunch of draws get there too. When Negreanu bets 225,000 into a swollen pot, it is a very credible value bet, and it also leverages the fact that Sergio's line caps him around exactly what he has, a medium-strength pair that hates its life.
I hit something, but I lose with so many hands. Fold.
Good fold.
See, if you hit driver before the flop, you'd be out of the tournament.
He said fold.
Yeah, if you hit driver, you would be out. No good, no good.
I know, I got to imagine.
You would have been out.
Showed an 8.
If you hit the driver,
Shows ace jack.
you laid up, and now you still have a chance to, you know, compete in the tournament.
To play the next hole.
See, I'm already coaching you on your golf game.
I laid up, I still have a chance to play the next hole.
Yes, exactly, right? But if you would have hit it OB or put it in the water, you're finished.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at pocket 6s. Pre-flop, everything is completely routine and quietly sets up a nasty river spot. Negreanu opens the standard with his image and stack. Seaver flats on the button with Jack 8, a classic see a flop in position hand. Brunson comes along from the blinds getting a good price, fishing for the flush draw flop. No one is getting out of line here, but the pot is already multi-way, which means post-flop decisions have to respect the extra player and the extra strength that implies.
I'd like to see a king, 9, and a 7, with the 9 of clubs and the 7 of clubs.
On this flop, Negreanu's 6s are in that awkward but very profitable C-bet zone.
Pretty close.
A second pair that wants value from worse pairs and draws, and badly wants to deny equity to overcards and random backdoors. His 5,500 bet does both. Seaver's call with top pair and backdoors is very standard. He's ahead of all Negreanu's bluffs and a chunk of his thin value range, and he has position. The turn is a classic range card for Negreanu and a pretty gross one for his actual hand. It improves his perceived range, but it also means his pocket 6s are now squarely in bluff catcher territory. Still, once Brunson checks, Negreanu's second barrel for 11,000 is logically consistent. He can still get value from smaller pairs and flush draws, and he represents all the strong queens that Seaver has far fewer of. The river is the card that flips the script completely. Every obvious draw bricks, the clubs miss, weird straight ideas miss, but Seaver's actual hand improves to top 2, and a lot of his sticky call twice holdings improve or stay comfortably ahead of 6s. Negreanu's check on the river is good gain flow. After bet into resistance, checking says, I have exactly a medium hand that is done betting, and invites Seaver to polarize. Seaver does exactly that with a 40,000 bet. From Negreanu's perspective, that sizing coming after 2 calls in a 3-way pot is screaming value. If Seaver wanted to turn a missed club draw into a bluff, he could choose a smaller size to fold out Negreanu's ace highs and 5x, 8x.
Weird. It's kind of it's a cool hand, man. Whatever you got, it's fun. I like it. Good stuff. Good job. Well done.
Only if you make the wrong decision.
I'm trying to figure out what you have. Okay, so I'm going to go over it right here. Okay. There's a lot of draws that like missed, right? There's like 6 7s, there's like 3 4s, clubs, all kinds. Like 9 10 of clubs would be sick, like super sick. Jack river, gutter ball straight. Okay, I feel like you think I'm gonna call, right? So 40, why? Out there. I'm confusing myself. I was gonna call for sure right away.
Until you went through the analysis and
then
you
I'm
fell
like-
into my brain.
Fell into Phil Locke's brain. Phil Locke's brain. Okay, what do you have? What do you have? What the hell do you have? You don't have 8s, because that would be silly to bet. Why would you bet with an 8? Unless it was a jack of clubs and an 8 of clubs. Oh, that would suck for me so bad. Okay, think. Use what you got left. So like to give this hand to somebody else to make the decision. What do you got, Scott Seaver? Can't figure it out. 9, 10 of clubs?
Ace 6 of clubs.
Hang on. Wait, that could be a lie. One sec. It's a lie! Lie, for sure. I know that's a lie. Guaranteed. You just lied to me. Say it again. You have what? Ace 6 of clubs? You have Ace 6 of clubs? Is that what you have? Liar. What a liar. So lying. I know it for sure. Oh. It's okay. You were trying to tell me you have a hand that... There, though. If you put me on that... Yeah, I'm folding.
After the rain delay, Daniel folds.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I put him on jack